Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading for June 16th to the 22nd. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and we're going to jump right in, Leo. This is a week. Perfect timing for everything that's happening right now for you, okay? Venus being in her domicile and in Taurus, that's absolutely bonkers amazing for you, especially if you're here for career. But there's a lot of stuff happening this week, okay? That's your 10th house. So that's all month long. Remember, Venus is at home in her domicile in Taurus all month. All right. So that's even like love and relationships, creativity, creative projects. All right. Things that bring you pleasure, things that your heart desires all month up until like July 3rd, 4th, actually. And then you've got Jupiter officially in Cancer. Now, Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. So you're working with all this fresh new energy this week, okay, where there's so much comfort. And Jupiter in Cancer, Cancer rules your 12th house, all right? So remember, that happened last week. You have that all year long. 12th house is a little bit nebulous. I talked about this in your monthly forecast. Check that out. But there's going to be a lot of, 12th house is very spiritual, all right? And so there's a lot happening. There's a lot behind the scenes that will be happening for you as well. That is the 12th house. It is hidden matters. It's also a lot of things that you may have been pushing back into your subconscious. It's now it's like, nope, I am rooting that. Feeling a lot more empowered. So I really, really love what's happening. And the other thing is I dropped these forecasts a few days before the actual week. So if you're watching this on Wednesday, Thursday, you're still under that, the window of the full moon in Sagittarius that just happened on Tuesday. All right. 10th, 11th. But here's the thing. This is going to be, you're still feeling that. And the reason I say that is because, it was the luckiest full moon of the year. It was Jupiter ruled, right? And Jupiter rules Sagittarius. The moon rules Cancer. Jupiter is in Cancer. So there is that mutual reception. But, there could have been some luck here. Big for you especially, because it is your 5th house. 5th house is about joy and pleasure. But there is this element, 2 things for you, Leo. The 5th house is your house, right? You natively rule the 5th house. So it was almost like this homecoming for you. Something that, it was just so nice and special. Just something that you felt here, or you're probably still going to feel this week, because remember, it's a process with that full moon in Sagittarius. But the 5th house, there is this element of fame to it, right? And you've got Venus and Taurus in your 10th house of fame all month. So you see, you're getting recognized, okay? And for how amazing you are. And there's just so many other things happening. I'm going to tell you a couple more things that's relevant to that in a second. But I do talk a little bit more about that, the full moon in Sagittarius in my last live stream, because last week I was on vacation, so I missed that week. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to spend time with my family. Let's keep moving. This is going to be an important week because you are experiencing some of the biggest changes. All right. Every aspect this week is between 0 to 2 degrees, the degrees of fresh new beginnings. And all these planets and new signs you've never experienced. No one on this planet has. Saturn conjuncting Neptune. Remember, you're feeling that now all summer. They're only a degree apart. Yeah. And they're sextiling Uranus and Pluto. You're feeling that now. You're going to feel a lot more next month, right? Then you got Uranus trining Pluto. You're going to feel that a lot more next month too. But you're still feeling it now. That's the thing. And remember, Uranus is in Taurus in your 10th house of career and fame and honors and public recognition. And even if you're not here for career, whatever you're exerting your energy into that you want to be known for, all right? It's your reputation, all of that. Anyway, the fact that you throw in Jupiter and Cancer also at those early degree points, you're going through some fresh new energy, all right? A lot of it you've never experienced. So use it to thrive, because Tuesday, June 17th, Mars is moving into Virgo. And so Mars is officially leaving your sign, yeah, and moving into Virgo for the next 2 months until about August 6th. Very practical, grounded energy, hardworking, motivated to improve. That's Mars and Virgo, right? A lot of focus on work and career. Yeah. That's that. Virgo rules work, your responsibilities, duties when it comes to work, your everyday activities as well, your lifestyle as well, health matters as well. All right. Mars is physicality. You're going to be feeling this charge all in the name of confidence. Okay. It is your second house, self worth, self value. There are things that are going to be happening for you with Mars and Virgo for the next 2 months that is going to boost your confidence in ways that you've never imagined because of all these other energies. And so use it, vibrate at those higher frequencies. The one thing I'm going to say is Virgo has that perfectionist energy. So it can be overly critical. It can be really hard on yourself with the Neptunian energy this week as well. Just be mindful of that, all right? You don't want to, Mars isn't seeking perfection, all right? And nobody's perfect. We're all human. So with all these new energies, work with it. It's Virgo. It's a mutable sign, mutable energy, adapting to these changes, but also creating these changes for yourself, all right? And as I said in your monthly forecast, yeah, Mars will conjunct the South Node. Remember, the South Node is in Virgo all year. But when you got Mars on top of the South Node in Virgo in July, that'll be around July 19th, right? That's when Mars is going to be like a laser. It's like, this has got to go. South Node is leaving things in the past. There may be things coming up from the past too as well. But here's the thing. So I just told you work, career, fame, 2 amplifications, 2 overlaps happening for you this week. The Virgo rules your second house of income, salary, finances, money. You're on a roll. There's big things happening for you. A lot of you are getting new jobs. You're starting your own businesses. You're being promoted. You're becoming famous. All right. You're Leos. Of course you are. J-Lo famous. Who is Chris Hemsworth? Come on. If you want, that's it. And when I say famous, it can just be however you want it. Maybe you just want recognition within your family, within your neighborhood, within your community, within your industry. Just keep that in mind. Use Mars and Virgo, please. Please. You don't get this again for 2 years. Okay. And you're going to know. You're going to know what you need to know because of Jupiter in Cancer, okay, in your 12th house. And you see Mars sextile Jupiter at the end of the week, 2 degrees, 2 to 3 degrees. You're going to feel that from the get-go, all right? From the get-go, as soon as Mars moves into Virgo, all right? So that is, just ride that energy. It's so nice, all right? That's the big picture. That's your life purpose, especially, and we'll talk about this more in the second spread, where we talk about lunations and asteroids and all of that, planetoids, but, you're going to have the moon conjunct the North Node this week as well. That's your 8th house of not only partnerships and transformation and regeneration, but it's other people's money. It's shared assets, resources, inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, royalties, loans, taxes, all of that. So you got some this is a big week for you. All right. I did say Mars. Yeah. Mars also in Virgo does rule health and healthcare and all that. You just Mars is physical. You may be physically active as well. There's a lot happening here, but Taurus natively rules the second house. So when you see that overlap here, it's just, it's bonkers. It's just, there are things you're going to do that your heart desires, and you're just going to do it because with Jupiter in Cancer, 12th house is also intuition, also healing as well. You're going to know. All right. So really trust your intuition this week. Now, the other thing is that, with Mars, and I'm going to tell you this, Leo. I'm going to remind you this because you, out of all the signs, this will have the most impact. All right. Even though Mars is leaving your sign, that story's not done, right? Mercury will move into your sign next week and will be there for 2 months. Yeah. And that's because Mercury will retrograde, the second half of July in your sign. So just be mindful of that. All the things that you want to start, you want to do it after, you want to do it next week. You've got that perfect portal with one of the best new moons, okay? One of the best new moons of the year, as well as the luckiest day of the year. So use it for next week, all right? But just know that Mercury will retrograde in your sign the second half of July, all right? And that's why I say that you're just going through big changes, all right? Now, Wednesday, June 18th, this is when you got Jupiter squared Neptune at 2 degrees. This is a package deal with Jupiter square Saturn. Again, that's a big storyline ending for you, all right? For everybody. This is the last of the Jupiter Saturn squares, but it happened over the weekend, so you're going to feel it this week, all right? So it is a package deal. You also see the Sun square, Saturn and Neptune too. Neptune will be on the 23rd, the perfection, but again, you're going to feel it this week. So let's talk about this 4-way square all in one go. First, what did I say? Anything new that you want to do next week, not this week, okay? Neptune brings a little bit of fog, illusion, confusion, muddled. Yeah, so don't launch anything, don't sign anything this week. The other thing is, it's a Jupiter-Saturn square. You've got a lot of other, things happening, even with like Mars square Uranus last week. Anyway, you may feel pressured from people to, sign something, do something. No. All right. You wait till next week. All right. I'm telling you this. All right. You do not want to do it. You do not want to do any. Saturn's all about the long term. You don't want to plant seeds during a Saturn square. All right. Now, the other thing is Saturn squaring Neptune itself alone. There can be a little bit of la la land, right? And this, remember, Saturn and Neptune in Aries, that is your 9th house. That is your belief system, how you see things. It's your philosophies, it's inner wisdom, it's travel, it's publishing, broadcasting, all of that. Education, higher mind, all of that. So again, some things can be a little bit fuzzy, and something could test your belief system. Out of all the signs, you're up there, all right? You, because of Saturn and Neptune, there's squares in your 9th house of your belief system. So it could be a circumstance, it could be a person, something around family, loved ones, home, the foundations of your life. Just trust your intuition, be your authentic self. You'll be fine, all right? The other thing is, with these squares, there is likely a situation, or I should say possibly a situation that could make you be really hard on yourself when you throw in Mars as well in Virgo. So just be mindful of that. Don't be hard on yourself, all right? Just know these are just energies. They're temporary. It lifts. All right, you're going to, once you move into next week, but still, it's still a great week. It's just these things that I'm just letting you know it's possible. All right, especially belief system here for you. It could also be like overconfidence about something. So that's why I say just wait until next week. It's a lot of cardinal energy. Yeah, with Jupiter freshly in Cancer, Saturn, Neptune in Aries. Don't forget, we have a lot of we will have the moon conjunct the North Node. Like I said, it's just, the moon's going to be in Aries. So anyway, a lot of cardinal energy. This is your first test, as I mentioned, of being a leader, of being your authentic self and being that leader, that spiritual warrior, that creative visionary artist, wherever you're putting that energy. It's just a test in this new chapter that you're moving into, this new era that you're moving into, this maybe a new circumstance. Jupiter inflates, right? Saturn constricts and Neptune confuses. And you still have the sun in Gemini, right? At this time, remember the sun. And then with the sun in Cancer, that's going to be your 12th house up here anyway. That can be self-sabotage. That's why I'm saying Leo for you. Out of all the signs, please just take moments. If you need to, if you feel other people are pulling you different directions, trust your intuition. That's what matters most, okay? Because this can be, a little bit over analyzing, overthinking, too much stimulation as well. So just use the higher expressions of all these planets. Saturn, being real with yourself, mastery of self. Jupiter, optimism, self-belief. Neptune, creativity, compassion. All right, vision boards. So work with these energies, be responsive, not reactive, and always stay grounded in your authentic self. And this is a week where, yes, don't be afraid to ask people for support, your loved ones, people that you trust. That's what, you have that support system, because Jupiter and Cancer with these squares can bring some withdrawal and like isolation. We're just like, no, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. That's fine, but if you're gonna do it. If you need time to yourself to just process things, that's fine. But again, be responsive, not reactive. There's just going to be something that every sign is going to go through this week with this squeeze. And again, remember, if you're vibrating at that high frequency, the less you feel this, all right? So there is something here where it says tapping into your spiritual warrior. And Jupiter always squeezes something good out of aspects. Remember that he's faith, he's wisdom, and he's exalted in Cancer, where he does his best. So Saturn being karma, as I've always been saying, wax on, wax off. Practice that patience and take inspired actions. Remember, everything has ripple effects. What do you want for you moving forward? So always vibrate at the high frequency. You're going to be rewarded when you pass this test. All right. So the other thing is June 18th. I think I definitely told, no, I don't know. Did I tell you this in your monthly forecast? June 18th, just pay attention to this day, especially in the morning, right? Mercury's going to be at 17 degrees. Okay. And remember, Mercury is in Cancer at this point. So February 24th, think about that time. Even days before, days after, that's the day. February 24th, that Mars went direct in Cancer at 17 degrees. Mercury's picking up a vibration here. And remember, Mars couldn't deliver you anything when he was, in Cancer or retrograde, all of that. So something from that time that may have been on your mind or something that you wanted where you felt delays could be coming now. All right. So just pay attention. Mercury it's communication. It's, agreements, it's contracts, it's travel, it's, it's learning something, but it's the mind. Mercury's the mind. All right. And he is the messenger. So again, there may be a message we're getting around this time. And it could be very intuitive, in your 12th house. Friday, June 20th, welcome to Cancer season. Welcome and happy summer. Happy winter in the southern hemisphere. Happy solstice to everybody. The solstice, which marks an important time of the year, the time of most light, sunlight, right? Where we thrive. But that's the thing. Since ancient times, we've always marked the solstice. It's that important. Any ancient monument, Stonehenge, Giza, there it's always marking, the passage of time, and the solstice marks the season of planting to growing. So for the next 4 weeks, it's all about growth, your emotional growth, especially within Cancer, right? And expansion with Jupiter here, even emotional abundance. So that's going to be a big focus. And again, the big focus, since it rules your 12th house, there's just something here that's really like your intuition off the charts. A lot of unrooting things from the subconscious. Again, there's, rest and retreat, really getting in the zone, really getting centered and grounded. It's really great. It's really great. All right. So even things that were in your, blind spots may come to the surface in the next 4 weeks. So you're like, oh, okay. Like I'm taking care of this. And now I'm now fast tracking on my path. Cancer being a water sign, right? Emotions. So you're going to feel a lot of emotions. Cancer is a crab, right? The glyph lives in water, carries its own home. Therefore, that's why Cancer rules a home, right? So you will also have a lot of focus and attention on home and security and family and nurturing and, your maternal, paternal side, all of that. It's leadership too. Cancer is a cardinal sign. So it's just a great time where you're going to feel a lot of intuitive energies. And the stronger your intuition, the less doubt you have, the less you question yourself. It's got to be amazing. All right. And again, a lot of things are going to be happening behind the scenes for you. You're going to see that. And it's all about like nourishing your soul too. All right. You are going to find this growth and even willpower and really strong emphasis on like your purpose moving forward too. Now, Sunday, we talked about the squares. Mars sextile Jupiter. Yeah. So remember, you're going to start feeling that right away, but this is where it gets really strong. All right. And again, you'll feel it next week too, because it's over the weekend. And remember what I said in your monthly forecast. We don't even get this next year. All right. It's pretty rare. We don't get it until 2027. So, and this is at 2 degrees. Yeah. So it moves into 3. But remember, sextiles are windows of opportunity that help you thrive and prosper. And so there's these opportunities that just you're going to, it's all about taking that action, especially with Mars in the picture. Now, how much are you going to feel this? A lot, okay? Because it's 2 inner planets that's having this sextile. And so really use this opportunity. You're going to see moments here where Jupiter's bringing blessings and abundance with money and finances and income, salary with Mars and Virgo. And also self-worth. And again, if you're not here for money, but because you have so much stuff happening with career and work, yeah. But if you're not here for that, you will. But if you're not here for that, it's self-worth. It's self-value. It's the things in your material world as well. Material possessions as well. There could be things that you're gaining in your physical world. I mean, use this. It's extremely enthusiastic and optimistic. And again, there's a sense of like, even with Jupiter and Cancer, like this higher purpose, and it's in your 12th house. So really remember, Jupiter is luck and expansion and brings you blessings. So use this. It is a window of opportunity for you that's almost 2 weeks long. And remember, this is the luckiest month of the year. All right. So use this. It's very optimistic. All right. Even just inner wisdom coming through. The other thing, and yeah, I would not be surprised if a lot of y'all get pets. Okay. Now, the other thing is waters. If you're a cross watcher, if you watch for rising your moon, or, and I recommend it, or, for your husband or whoever, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and I am going to throw in Sagittarius and Aries. All right. Those are the signs that will feel this the most, but it is so strong. As I mentioned, everyone is going to feel this. And if you know your birth chart, your natal chart, if you have any planets in any of the signs I just mentioned, okay, between 0 to 4 degrees, oh yeah, you're going to feel this. All right. Now, that's it. Wow. Yeah. So let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you. And remember, everything's building up to the luckiest day of the year next week, as well as a new moon in Cancer next week. So anyway, let's see what's going on for you, Leo, for June 16th to the 22nd. Leo, y'all are amazing. I missed y'all. How y'all been? You have a lot happening. A lot of, again, for you, just huge shift in perspective, and feeling that, like really tapping into your intuitive side, your authentic side. That's amazing. And that's what really drives everything else that's happening for you. Really amazing. All right. So I do a traditional cult across spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. All right, Leo, let's see. Yeah. So you're good. You're good. Yeah. Oh, you are definitely not. Okay. You're not taking. You're standing your ground. You're good. And look at this. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. Amazing. Remember, I said you're going to feel Mars sextile Jupiter immediately. Mars moves into Virgo like right away. What did I say? That's your second house of money. And then you got the 9 of Pentacles attributed to Venus in Virgo, right? Venus being exalted or in Taurus right now in your 10th house of career. But even still, just Venus and Taurus in general, that's just like Venus is money. Taurus is a finance house. So you could have already received all this abundance. There could have been something here with money where you earned it. You worked hard for it. Or this is the path you're going. All right. This is also a lot of spiritual enlightenment. This is like where you don't have to worry about money. You don't have to, right? Again, I've earned my spot here. There's a sense of freedom and freeness. And again, that enlightenment's coming in really strong. I talked about the crab, right? That carries its own home. You see the little snail here? Does the same thing. Yeah, you see on my finger? And so there is a sense of like self-sufficiency with the Nine of Pentacles as well. And it is a Virgo card. So again, you're going to feel that energy really amplified. And I really want you to harness that energy of, look at her just so casually rich in her garden. Like amazing. Now, King of Swords and the heart ear spread. This is someone who is so powerful, so influential. Someone, it's a sword. So a lot of the way that you communicate, the way that you're thinking, processing, very strategic, really great decision maker, mediator, all of that, very powerful. Okay, with the sword, right? With great power comes great responsibility. But either way, it does seem like there is something happening where you may be signing something, you may be having some sort of conversation, something that's really impactful, being a big decision maker, but also for your life. You could feel that, remember how everyone is taking this role as this leadership role in different capacities, different energies, different areas of their life. This is you making it known. Because the King of Swords is also really honest with himself. He's the only king that looks directly at you. Yeah. And there's a lot of that this week. So it seems like that Neptune energy, you will be using a more of a higher expression where it is that creativity and whatnot, compassion and kindness, but with a little bit of that Saturn edge, because Saturn being an authority, he can be a little just like that, the King of Swords. There may be something here with partnerships and relationships too, okay? Or legal matters. Especially again, if you're watching this around the time of the full moon in Sagittarius, Sagittarius does rule the courts, and you have that overlap with Saturn and Neptune and Aries in your ninth house. That is Sagittarius's home. So something here with legal matters in the courts, and then he is Aquarius, and you have Pluto in Aquarius making aspects to all of that. And Pluto in Aquarius rules your seventh house of legal matters and partnerships and relationships too. Now, you have the High Priestess in your challenge area. All right, so don't be afraid to go deep. Remember, you're going to have Jupiter in Cancer for a year. You have the North Node in Pisces for the rest of the year. All right. You have Saturn and Neptune in Aries, along with Chiron, along with Eris, along with a lot of other, again, we'll talk about this against Red, but that's your ninth house of spirituality as well. So you have a lot happening spiritually. Don't be afraid to go deep. She is the guardian of the subconscious. Jupiter in Cancer, 12th house is the subconscious. Unroot things, okay? And again, let your intuition guide you. Listen to your inner voice if there's anything, because look, remember, swords, that's more the physical mind. This is higher mind, all right? Merge the two this week. That's all you got to do, all right? Just tap into that intuitive energy. You got the Page of Pentacles in your crown. Yeah, you want new things, it's going to happen, okay? And for a lot of y'all, it's because of this confidence, this vibrating at that high frequency with a law of attraction. We know how it works, right? So that, all right, so you can manifest whatever you want. Page of Pentacles, money. Like I said, you got money stuff happening. Money. I mean, this is really great. Page of Pentacles has a lot of that. It's double earth, right? Pages are earthbound and so are Pentacles. And so even the fact that you got Mars and Virgo, actually Uranus too, but Uranus and Venus in Taurus in your 10th. Again, salary, income, finances, career, fame, new jobs, new careers, starting your own thing. There's just so much here. So you're on this new journey. All right. And again, if you're not here for any of that, it's just your physical realm. A lot of y'all, it's going to be side hustle. There's some side gig. You may, again, with a full moon in Sagittarius, find something that is a hobby of yours or recreation that you turn into something that you can monetize. And so again, let that full moon illuminate. High Priestess associated with the moon. And one other thing, the fifth house really is, remember, it is a house of fun and joy and pleasure and recreation. And that does include like lottery and things like that. So there could be, you're still in the window. And I'm not telling you, what to do. I'm just saying that that's what the fifth house also rules, a little bit of that. If that's, because the money energy that's happening for you. All right. Now, Nine of Swords in the root of your spread. All right. So again, there's the biggest theme as always, for the next few months, out with the old, in with the new. So just bring that into your consciousness, because you're going to get to a point where you're preparing, and there may be, you're in the process of it. And for some of y'all, it may be just like right off the bat. Some of y'all, it may be a process, right? So there's something here that we're, this week, yes, there may be something, like I said earlier, someone testing you. All right. Yeah, I do feel someone else is involved here. And usually with the Nine of Swords, there really is, right? So all these swords stacked over his head. So remember, don't overanalyze, don't overthink things. Try not to do that. Go more within. That's where, if there's anything that you might want to work on more, is trusting your intuition. Yeah. Because this is, you got pentacles, wands, and swords, right? And this is you didn't get any cups, right? So cups are more like intuition, emotion. So really tapping into that energy. A little bit more this week. Yeah. The other thing is, like, there is, again, with that Nine of Swords in the Reader spread, and with the King of Swords here too, though, just let things come to the surface. Don't hold things in. That's all it is. All right. And if you need to have conversations, be diplomatic. All right. With that King of Swords, because he can be a little, like, intimidating too. Yeah. Oh. It seems like a friend, though. It could be not seeing eye to eye with a friend. The other thing is, it could be something about it's just bear pokey energy. There could be someone that's trying to get you to do something or testing your belief system, like I said. So just trust your intuition. That's going to be the thing. And then you rise above, and then you're amazing. Yeah, you're actually really good. You're actually really good. You've got to let something here go. Just work with that energy. Don't be afraid to confront it, right? Remember, a lot of you, particularly Leo, it's a lot of like things even coming from your subconscious that come into your conscious. And now it's like, okay, how do I handle this, right? So that's all that is. Trust your intuition. But look at that. That's your card. You've got the Six of Wands here. And this is not only your card, but it's attributed to Jupiter in Leo. This is all about eminence, achievements, public recognition. What did I just tell you from the very get-go? And that's why sometimes these readings blow my mind, how it aligns so much with astrology. I said there's that touch of fame, right? With the 5th house, that's your house. You got Venus and Taurus in your 10th house of fame. This is eminence. This is also just rising above that leadership energy. This is achievements. This is success. You're good. You're good. You got it, but you got to be that leader, yeah? But you're good. You're going to get that recognition that you deserve. Let's get to your stuff. Leo, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what is going on. Leos, I want to know. You have so much to look forward to. All right, so and I love you. All right. Oh, you're good. Oh my gosh. You're okay. We'll go there. We're gonna go like you. Okay, I'll give you a little bit more time. I'll give you one of these two. You got the 10 of Cups. Yeah. Just continue. It's almost like you intuitively know, and if you haven't already gotten to that point, a lot of y'all are already in that point where you're already feeling a lot of things have changed for you. Okay, and when you think, even go back to March, you were in such a different place than you were in March. Okay. And for a lot of y'all, yeah, maybe it'll be this week, next week, where you really feel it. Yeah. There you go. I mean, 10 of Cups, right? Like, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah, you're going through some big transformation. Is a big energy that's coming from me, but there's your Cups, all right? Emotions, feelings. I mean, this is where you want to move toward, right? And this is love, relationships, family, children, everything that makes, you ruling the 5th house, but a lot of home energy, home and family, like I said, will be a big, theme for you as well. But this is the only rainbow in tarot. This is
beautiful. This indicates this promising future, and look at what's in your future. Now, your external factors area, you have the Four of Pentacles. Very interesting here because I'm feeling more of a connection here. Yeah, that Nine of Swords. So it could be someone, like I said, that is, you have to really work with here. They could be a little like not budging, and they may be seeing things differently than you. Okay, and how you want to move forward with something. You just have to work with that energy. Remember, there's everything, all these energies this week will open up dramatically when you get to next week where it's just, oh, like that. So that's all it is. Okay. That's the biggest energy that's coming through for me. All right. But the other thing is like, yeah, some of y'all may be in a place where you're just thinking about, it's like it's again, let's go more into this energy, trusting your intuition and not being so, with Mars and Virgo, like I said, it can be overly doing things that is your daily activities. It's work as well, that's what Virgo natively rules. But money, like I said, is a thing for you. So, but it does feel like another person is involved here, and it could be like loan officer too, but it feels more like someone you know. All right, or are in conversations with. Queen of Swords, you got the pair. Now, so you are definitely going to be sharp. You're the way that you're thinking. I mean, Mensa level. All right, this week. So again, there's a difference between the physical mind and the higher mind. Merge the two. Okay. This isn't bad. This is actually really great. All right. Because the Queen of Swords, yeah, this is both. It's like head above the clouds. It's almost like you're going to use that sword to cut through all this Neptunian energy, which is amazing. But use it to, cut that, the lower expressions is what I mean. The fog. Use it to like be in touch with your higher mind as well. All right. There is a sense of like being honest with yourself. There's a sense of justice here as well. There's a sense of like doing the right thing, knowing that you're doing the right thing, and also just like that fairness in everything that you're seeking. All right, harnessing that energy, being your authentic self, but also being open to others. She's a little bit more open than the King of Swords. You see that he's truly facing you, right? So you see her side, you see her hand. She's saying, come, right? Come talk to me, right? So that's you. That's just you being you more in touch with your authentic self and really, having that clarity of everything that you want moving forward in terms of this fairness that you deserve, right? And then you get the world in your final outcome. So you're good. Your life is changing. There you go. There's everything that you do this week. It's still part of this process of the end of one journey, the beginning of a new journey, all right? And this is achievements too, all right? The world, you made it to the end of the Fool's journey. This is the last card. You see the wreath here, all right? And it's shaped as a zero, referencing the Fool, card 0. What comes after this? The Fool card. So you're on the brink of something brand new. Just don't overthink things, overanalyze things. More importantly, really trust your intuition. Again, you have no cups other than the 10 of Cups. Just really focus on that. Emotions, being in touch with your emotions, and even your like subconscious, things like that, right? But there is something here where let's work with that energy. Don't overthink things, and don't be hard on yourself. This is something that's really hard on themselves, but it does feel like there's someone else involved here that's making you feel that way, right? The other thing is, you got your card, the 6 of Wands. Wands are a lot of career stuff, like I said. Okay, profession, enterprise, but if you're not here for that, it's just your ambitions, your passions. But that recognition is so strong. So Leah, thanks so much. Next week, yeah, we got a big old week next week. I'm excited for next week. I hope you're excited for next week. And it's not just the luckiest day. It's not just the new moon. We got the Sun sextile Mars. We got Mercury sextile Uranus, and your 10th house of career. We got so much happening. You got so much happening for you, Leo. All right, you got Mercury moving into your sign. All right. Oh, and then yes, the second spread. We have 3 major conjunctions, lunar conjunctions. We have, I told you, the North Node, the moon conjuncting the North Node. We have, and that's a last quarter moon. And then we do have this amazing, golden triangle. We got Oh, we have a lot. Oh, yeah. You're going to love the weekend. Just know that we're going to also have the moon conjunct Venus. We haven't had that in a year. You don't get that for another year. We'll talk about it in the second spread, but wow, you're going to just be social. All right. You're going to love the weekend. You're going to love the weekend. You may even get news over the weekend, but tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. You know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. And then next week, yeah, I'm excited. Leo, you're amazing. You're good. All right. Thanks so much, Leo. I will see you next week. Bye.